Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown. This I did a video of it, but it got cut off and not enough memory. But if you looked at my videos that I made about Caucasian people, I deleted those videos because, to be honest, I want to start over on it because I feel like obviously from everything else learning and all that shit, I just like to just start over because obviously I want to tell the truth. You know, I want to tell the truth of really what's going on. What's not to say some of the stuff that I mentioned was not true. Like, yes, there was a person that created Caucasian people, and that was one of our brothers. Yes, but when we've look, I admit that yes, have I probably learned some misinformation? Yeah, that's why you need to go deep and know thyself, and this is why you need to take your own information. Sometimes, sometimes when we help people, we don't really think about that all that much because we just want to help people, basically. When you go in tune and you go deep inside and you actually be like, oh shit. And yes, there are people out here that will misinform you. And shout out to Sirius Temple. Um, I appreciate the video that you made, man. Recently. And I'm not trying to misinform anybody. If I have misinformed anybody, I apologize. So me not trying, I'm not gonna say try. Me going forward, I will not mislead my people. You know? And that's why in some videos I call myself. That's why I say so-called black and so-called Hispanic in some of my videos. Because we're not black or Hispanic. We're not. We're not those. We're not those. We're not those. We're not those at all. So if I ever do say black and Hispanic, that's just for people to really get and be like, oh, okay. So if I'm so called this, then that's what I am so called. I'm based not. If I'm so called black and Hispanic, I'm basically a Nunakai brother or sister, basically, or a carbon being, basically. And it's like, yes, you're part of this galaxy. You're part of the cosmos. You made everything that's around here, basically. You know, everything that's around you, you made because you're part of the cosmos. For kind of low, you're closer to the plants than anything. I mean, I'm trying to say trees. I'm trying to say plants at the same time, and it's coming off weird. Sorry, I woke up not so long ago. I was supposed to go to classes today, which I'm just like, okay, and I overslept, so that means something. But if I ever misled you people, I apologize. My job was not to mislead nobody. I'm not here to do that. Right? I was never here to do that. I'm here to, wake myself up, obviously, and wake people up. But obviously, you gotta pay attention more to yourself. If people wake up along the way while you're giving, stuff of information and stuff that you see from either a perspective of what people are talking about, then that's different. Obviously, because that's your perspective and that's what you're seeing. Because recently I made a video about I actually uploaded it on this channel and I haven't really published it. It was me talking about wrestling and how the wrestling business is just so like the way it is, you know. But I might just publish it here, even though I published it on my main channel, like just the TheSkullKlown channel, because that channel, that main channel, I just have, I'm just like a normal YouTuber, just reviewing games and movies. Here, I'm just giving information from what I've learned and along the way, obviously, like from years and everything like that, not just be like right off the bat. And obviously, when when you get misled, some people might spread this information or just say it without even considering it. I'm not gonna lie, I'll raise my hand up for that. This is why we need to focus and meditate on what people say. That's why some people obviously say around here, but like, hey, if you don't believe me, go ahead, just meditate on it. And it's like, true, you're right. Just meditate on it. Know thyself. And if you get a diffamation than someone else does, then Okay, then either they were fucking lying, or that's just what you learned. Because the cosmic mother's not gonna lie to you. Okay, all right, and if she tells you it, and that's what it is, plain and simple. Don't sugarcoat it. And yes, when Sirius Temple pointed out that don't with or hope well, actually, let me say this: when Roger Moore is just giving his stuff, that's just like when he's just like I don't want to say spoon fed, but like when he's not giving, what is it called, man? I had it in my head and I always fucking lose it. I hate when that happens. I hate when I have it in my fucking head and I lose it. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. That's what pisses me off. Alright? But hold on, now I gotta pause the video and think. That's what it is. How come I couldn't think about that? Watering down information. Why that couldn't come in my head? My God, I blanked out so hard right there. Oh God, has that ever happened to you guys? I'm sorry, I get upset with myself like that because to me, I get upset with myself sometimes because I'm like, you need to be better than this. God. But most people be like, don't be too hard on yourself. But sometimes I am. I'll admit that right now. Sometimes I am too hard on myself. I really am. But you don't want to mislead people or give them the wrong information, especially like what Sirius Tempo said. Like, when Gauchon pointed out, like, these Caucasian people can get souls and shit like that, you do confuse people out here. You do. Because at the end of the day, these are beings that were created without a soul. And I should have realized that shit. I'm being mad at myself right now. I'm laughing. I like to laugh at myself too sometimes, man. I mean, if you can't, then who will? You know? I don't know. I like to have fun with myself. Not like that. But get your mind in the gutter. If you can, alright? Obviously, people that, just some of my subscribers, I mean. But yeah, you don't want to mislead people. You don't want to misconstrue. You don't want to misinform people. And if I have done that, I apologize. All right. So me going forward, I am going not even trying. I'm gonna make sure that I don't fuck up, basically. And we're all growing at the end of the day. This is a spiritual battle. Okay. This is a spiritual battle. And there's people like, Sirius Temple and Remedy H that will point out, they're like, yo, guys, like, I don't know if you know, but here's, and then if you tune in spiritual with yourself, you actually see what they're talking about, and you're like, and the thing is, too, I want to say this, too. They're all people, not a lot of people. There are all people out there that are in tune and spiritual with themselves, but will obviously mislead people because they don't want to become their higher selves. You see that? And I pointed out before in I don't know what video, but and I've been on YouTube for quite a while, breaking down and talking some stuff of what I've been, seeing and what people have been talking about, But obviously, that was for my other channel, but my channel that got deleted a long, long, long time ago. I be fucking make rant videos about it on this channel. Like, I'm going after YouTube headquarters and shit, which I did in the Astrogone. I mean, guys, I'll say this right now. If no one doesn't believe me, the FBI came to my house and they were like, "You said you were going to slaughter these people and everything like that," and I'm just like. And I mentioned the whole pedophile shit and the sex trafficking, and they looked at each other like they came to my house all big and all that shit. Then when I mentioned, the truth, because I wasn't gonna be scared of them, they're scared of me. Now I'm more scared of them. So when I told them the truth, they were taken back and they stood shut. That I'm not lying to you guys. That's not a lie. There's a reason why I took a break from YouTube that time. Obviously, mostly for my family and shit like that because they were there when that happened. But if I was all by myself in the house and shit like that, I probably would have kept going around that time. But I took a break, which is fine. Taking a break from social media, you're supposed to do that anyways. You know, because look, this system that we're currently living in is not sustainable. You know, and some of the stuff that's out here, not a lot of stuff, but some of the stuff that's out here is just misinforming you, misleading you. And this is why there are people like Sirius, Temple, and Remedy H to tell people, yo, these people are misinforming you. You know? And for that, you have to listen to them. Why? Because they've been doing this for quite a while. And I've been watching their videos for a long time. Very long. You know? Not even for kind of loud. When I started up this channel, I was still watching them. You know? And it's true what Sirius Temple said. Like, all of a sudden, Roger just came. And it's true. Like, I look at videos like Remedy H, Sirius Temple, Ralph Smollett, and Spiritual Soul. You know, I watch those guys. I watch them. I still watch them, obviously. But, and then all of a sudden, Roger comes. Now, I'm not hating on the guy or anything like that. It's just, I want to point that out. Just like when I pointed out, I don't know if I did point it out here. Just like in the movie The Truman Show, I pointed out in one of my videos about the Truman Show. But like, remember, you live in the Truman Show, basically. And what happens in the Truman Show in the movie? Everyone tries to make sure that he doesn't wake up or sees through the bullshit, even though he's already seen through the bullshit. And he's trying to tell people, look at this, and everyone's trying to hide it. Because they don't want him to know what's going on. They want to keep it a show. It's a show. See, when you have that in your mind, you look at things around here and you be like, are they in the show? They might be speaking the truth. They might be being wise and shit like that. And they might you know, misinform you too along the way. But are they part of the show? If they're misinforming you, they're probably part of the show. You know? And I want to say that too, because I don't want to misinform people. I don't. I really don't. I didn't come to this life to misinform people. To be honest, no. I don't want to do that. And if I haven't done that in any type of way, I apologize right now. I do. I apologize. I don't meant to do that. Are you crazy? From all the shit that I've done in the Astrodome to these wicked motherfuckers, you think I want to do that? That's what these evil beings want. They want me to be confused. They want me to misinform people. And if I have misinformed my subscribers or anything like that, I apologize. I don't mean to. I don't want to. Because I know at the end of the day, even if I did misinform, and because I got the wrong information, and I apologize again for that, because that's on me. That's on me. That's on nobody else but me. Because you should know better. I should know better. You know? You know? It's 2021, and I've said this before and I said it again. We're almost in 2030. You know? You know? And people don't know this shit, basically. You know, the whole thing that's going on with the planet. Because in the other side of the world, things are happening, but people are paying attention to it. I'm not. Like, I know what's happening, but I'm just not paying attention to it. Because we're not over there. We're here in the United States. Or Atlantis. Whatever you want to call it. But I want to say this. We're on planet Kai. That's what we're on. Alright? If something happened on another planet, do we have to pay attention to it? For example? I leave that to you. I'm not going to say anything. I leave that to the viewer. You know? Because it's true. When you really think about it. You know? Because, look, we might want to help the whole masses and the whole world. That's the thing about some people here in the United States. People do have a kind heart, and people really do want to help people in other countries. But people in other countries don't want that shit. And we have to be respectful and be like, okay, fine, they don't want that. Because you can't save everybody. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. You can't save everybody. if I make an enlightenment video, basically, and some of my subscribers don't watch it, that's on them. If they don't watch it, they don't watch it. And I'm talking about on my main channel, the TheSkullKlown channel. Because sometimes in my main TheSkullKlown channel, I don't talk about a lot of spiritual stuff on that channel. No, um, I just sometimes I do in some of my videos, so people can actually see what the fuck is going on this planet. But that's why I'll be like, hey, I do have another channel here if you want to look at that, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I deleted the history of the Caucasians, because I don't want to misinform the Caucasians and obviously the Caucasians that want to know the truth, basically. Um, and obviously I'm not trying to help anybody out here. I'm just trying to, well, trying to help my people. No shit. But if anyone tries to be like, oh, you're trying to help the Caucasians, I'm like, no, I'm just pointing out what these Caucasians are, and I'm trying to if any Caucasian person is trying to like, oh, well, how do you know this and how do you know that? I'm like, I did research, to be honest. Have you done your research? To be honest, like, fuck what anyone said. I'm talking about, have you done your research within? Not obviously when you wrote, not obviously when you research and shit like that too. Okay. For crying out loud, I haven't read the article yet, but I shared an article of them saying of an article that's saying that there's about to be a meteor coming to Earth this week. That was last week that I heard. Now that article could be a flat out lie, which it is, because months ago, they talked about another meteor coming to Earth, and I know it's not a fucking goddamn meteor. It's a fucking planet. It's a fucking spaceship, and they're telling you that's another asteroid in another article. They're just saying this shit because we know we're about to see some shit up in the sky eventually, anyways. You're trying to tell people this, but they want to hide it and saying that it's an asteroid or something. Which I'm just like, whatever, man, whatever. So, this is what happens when you don't see what they're talking about and everything like that. And when it comes to people that want to misinform people, you just got to know. If your intuition is telling you they're lying, most likely they're right. Most likely you're right. Your higher self is right. All right? So listen to your higher self. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.